Thanks to Leggett Acura in Burlington, Ontario for letting me shoot this video. This is the all-new second generation 2021 Acura TLX. And yes, it is the second generation. I had a few people comment on my last video saying it was the third generation, and no, it's not. The 2018 was a mid-cycle refresh. To the left is the A-Spec. To the right is the Platinum Elite, also known as the Advance in the United States. You can see the second generation dual-eye LED headlights on the Platinum Elite to the right. And both the cars are showing the new LED daytime running lights called the Chicane. You can also see the LED fog lights on the Platinum Elite. I purposely turned off the headlights on the A-Spec so you can see what it looks like with just the daytime running lights on. You can also see the dark chrome or the black chrome on the A-Spec as opposed to the chrome on the Platinum Elite. You'll also see the blacked out side mirrors on the A-Spec. The A-Spec also gets the A-Spec badging and the dark wheels, as opposed to the two-tone wheels on the Platinum Elite. But they both are the same size, 19 inches. Both the A-Spec and the Platinum Elite get the dual exhausts, but the A-Spec gets the spoiler and also the A-Spec badging. The rear view camera is integrated into this logo at the back, and the trunk release is in the right tail light. And once you push it, it opens it all the way up, making it much more accessible if your both hands are full after grocery shopping. Lots of trunk space, making those Costco runs a breeze. This is what the A-Spec interior looks like. Red stitching on the dashboard, flat bottom steering wheel with A-Spec badging, white gauges with red numbers, metal trim on the door, as well as the center console, red stitching on the seats along with Alcantara inserts. Also, you get red ambient lighting for the A-Spec, red only, you can't change it, but it looks very cool. Very befitting of the A-Spec. And this is what the interior of the Platinum Elite looks like, or Advance for Americans. You can see real open pore wood trims on the center console and the doors. Round steering wheel as opposed to flat bottom on the A-Spec. Black gauges with white numbers as opposed to white on red in the A-Spec. Full grain Milano leather seats as opposed to leather with Alcantara inserts on the A-Spec. The driver's seat is set for me at 5'6", and I have about 8 inches of leg room, so a lot of leg space here, about 3-4 inches of head space, so taller people should have no problem sitting back here. 2 AC vents for either side of the passengers in the rear. Heated seats also at the back. Metal plate for the premium audio system, the ELS Studio 3D. You press and hold this button to open the trunk. Memory seats linked with each key you get. Nice and premium handles, open pore, real wood. On this side, you have controls for the HUD or head-up display. So if you press this up and down, this controls the height of the head-up display, how high or low you want it. The one next to it controls the brightness. How bright do you want it? The one next to it helps you enable or disable different driver assistance features. And to go through them, you use this rotary knob right here. So the first one is road departure mitigation. You scroll down, blind spot information, and collision mitigation braking system. And right under that, you see toggle to exit. It's talking about this right here. So I'm just gonna have to toggle this to the left like this, and you come out of the menu. This is for your heated windshield. In winters, you can just turn this on to melt that little bit of snow. Parking sensors, your traction on and off, obviously it should be on at all times. And this is for your brightness of the gauge cluster here. Push button start here to the right of the steering wheel. Nice thick leather wrapped steering wheel. You can turn your audio on and off from here. Heated steering wheel, volume up and down. This rotary knob also to control certain features in the gauge cluster here. The talk button, you press it once, and then the infotainment system, it takes commands. The apps, you tap this, and also you get a menu for what you want on the HUD or the head-up display. And I press this back button and it goes away. This section is all dedicated to the driver assistance features. You can turn your adaptive cruise control on and off from here. You can set or resume from here. This is to cancel. Once you press this option right here, it tells you like one car distance starts at 4, 3, 2, 1. How many car distances do you want to stay from the car ahead of you? And this is the lane keep assist. Nice metal touch on the steering wheel. I really like the design of this steering wheel. Your climate controls up top right here. Ventilated or cooled seats. You press it each time to change the intensity. Same for the heated seats. For the passenger, for the driver, and you have auto climate control as well. And obviously you can see that because this is dual climate control, so the passenger can control their own climate. And if the system is turned on, you can see how on my side it's low, and on the passenger side they can just choose to change their temperature, and my temperature remains the same, so we can both be comfortable in the same cabin. 10-speed automatic transmission, electronic gear shifter, volume up and down, and you can turn off the audio from here, track forward, backwards. Nice generous glove compartment, and a center console. You see your power outlet here, 2 USB ports and 1 aux. This one you will use to connect your phone to the car, so you can use your Android Auto and Apple CarPlay, and this is for charging only. I like this little cubby here for your coins. Nicely padded and stitched. Nice soft back to rest your hand while driving. Cup holders, wireless charging, Qi enabled. Holder for your glasses. You push this back to open the sunroof. One touch operation. Press it once again. Forward like this, and it closes again. One touch operation. You push this and you just open up a little, just a smidge, and you push it forward again to close it. To the left of the gear selector, you see these 2 buttons. So one is the brake hold, so you're in traffic and you don't want to put your foot on the brake, you just activate this option. I just use it the moment I start driving, and you take your foot off the brake and it holds the brake for you. And this is to defeat the engine start stop option. A lot of people don't like it. This is your handbrake, so foot on the brake, and to deactivate you pull it, to activate you push it. The garage door opener is integrated into the rear view mirror. As you can see, garage 1, 2, 3. We have vanity mirrors along with the lights in the visors. The visors actually extend. You just turn this knob to the left to go back, and to the right to come down. So comfort, normal, and sport. And for individual, you press the knob in the middle like that, and that's when the individual mode kicks in. So that's where you can actually configure what you want. So let's say in sport mode, everything's aggressive and the steering wheel is too stiff for you, so you can still have a stiffer suspension but a softer steering wheel, that kind of stuff. This is how you control your infotainment system. I'm going to turn this AC off. Acura calls it absolute positioning. So every spot on this touchpad reflects the screen. So if I touch the top right corner here, it means top right there. So let's say I hit this home button, go there, and I'm going to touch the top right on the touchpad, and it highlights it there. Same for the top left, bottom right. And you can just easily navigate through it without overshooting. And just like you would on your smartphone or your tablet, you can scroll between screens. Just like that. To control this part of the screen, you use this section. So now I essentially swapped what was there on the bigger screen. I do that again, and I come back. Since this is the Platinum Elite, we do get Iconic Drive, which is ambient lighting, 24 different options. So you just scroll on to the next page, go to settings, and then scroll down to vehicle, and then using the scroll bar, we scroll down and then go to lighting setup, and then accent theme. If you keep it in dynamic mode, every time you change the dynamic mode, let's say you go from comfort to normal to sport, the ambient lighting will automatically change. So it's at red right now, which tells me that we're in sport mode. So if I change it to normal, it changed to some other color. If I change it to comfort, it changed to blue. So if you don't want to keep changing, that's a good way. Or you can just select from all these options that you have. Like I said, 24 of them. And then you can always hit the home button and come back to the main screen. And now it's time for a test drive. And we're going to start off in the comfort mode. So what exactly are we working with here? A 2-liter turbocharged 4-cylinder engine, making 272 horsepower and 280 pound-feet of torque. A 10-speed automatic in-house transmission. It competes with the likes of Mercedes-Benz C300, BMW 330i, and the Audi A4. Obviously, there are other competitors, but since everybody in this segment benchmarks the Germans, that's what I'm going to talk about. BMW 330i and Mercedes-Benz C300, they both make 255 horsepower. And the Audi A4 makes 248. This makes 272 horsepower. They all have 2-liter turbocharged 4-cylinder engines. Conventional all-wheel drive systems work in a slip and grip kind of a way. So none of these cars have all-wheel drive running all the time. The slip and grip means, so let's say snow or rain. When you slip, the front or the rear wheels, depending on what kind of powertrain you're working with, those wheels engage. So let's say if the car is rear-wheel drive, in case of a slippage, the front wheels will engage. The intelligent super handling all-wheel drive system does that and more. It doesn't only engage in those conditions, it will also engage when going around a corner, and it will distribute power to pivot you around that corner. So this is a true torque vectoring system. Other companies say they have torque vectoring, but really what they're doing is brake vectoring to get you around that corner. They use brakes. Acura actually distributes power to the outside wheel to get you around that corner. And this 4th generation super handling all-wheel drive system has 40% more torque capacity than the previous generation, and is 30% quicker than sending the power to the rear wheels. And it can send 70% of the power to the rear wheels, and then 100% of that 70% to either wheel, depending on which wheel needs that power to bring the car, to pivot that car around that corner, depending on either you're turning left or right. So that's really what the beauty of the super handling all-wheel drive system is, which a lot of people don't understand. And it doesn't work just going around a corner. You have to be aggressive, like your foot has to be on the gas for that system to work. If you're just cruising, not as in cruise control, but just slowly going, it's not going to engage. It's only engages when you push the car around that corner. That's how the system is designed. Not an ideal road condition in the rain to demonstrate that. I really wanted to around this ramp, but it's a loaner. I'm gonna try a little. No. Well, you know what? I'm gonna get in sport mode. I'm in comfort right now, and just a little. I'm not gonna push much because oh yeah, it's at work. Yeah, I wish the road conditions were better. If the road was dry, I would have really pushed the car and showed you what it can do. What it can do is, it can really go. So I was in comfort mode, and a very nice and comfortable drive. And although you can change your dynamic modes, that's what Acura calls different driving modes, dynamic modes. Although you can switch those dynamic modes from here for a quick shift into sport mode, you can just push this button. So when you start driving, you push D as in drive. So whatever your mode is by default here, or whatever you selected, comfort or normal, that's what it's going to be. But if you want to switch from comfort or normal to sport, instead of going here, you just have to hit this. The head-up display is very crisp. I can see the speed that I'm going at. Also right next to it is the traffic sign, the speed limit. So it does recognize traffic signs. Not only I had the previous generation TLX, I even had the 4th generation TL. So it's fair to say I can tell how much this car has evolved. So I think that I'm a good judge of how this car has transformed. And I'm here to tell you the difference is day and night in every imaginable way. The exterior, the interior, the quality of materials, the fit and finish, the infotainment system. Obviously the engine and transmission are new, so obviously it's a change, but it's a very nice change. And this 4-cylinder engine is actually comparable to that V6, because I had the top of the line V6 super handling all-wheel drive elite model, and this 2-liter turbocharged 4 is actually more fun to drive than that V6, because it didn't make a lot more power than this. That V6 3.5 was 290 horsepower, and this is 272. Only 18 horsepower less, which makes them pretty comparable. Okay, so when you put the car in sport mode, you do get a louder exhaust note, but it's being piped in through the speakers, because that's not what a 4-cylinder sounds like. And we already heard that on the exhaust note clip that I just showed you earlier. So BMW started this whole fake noise thing, and then everybody jumped on the bandwagon. And for anybody who's not a car enthusiast, who doesn't know the difference, they'd be fine, I guess, because we know too much. We notice these things a lot. Let's try out the voice recognition. So this talk button on the left side of the steering wheel, I'm going to press it once. Navigate to Leggett Acura.
Here is more information for Leggett Acura. Would you like to call or begin route?
Begin route.
Starting route to Leggett Acura.
Pretty impressive.
After one.
It does grip around corners, for sure, 100%, as expected. It also has wider wheels than before, like wider tires. Oh yeah, oh yeah. It has the get up and go, for sure. It is fun to drive. It's very fun to drive. And this noise you're hearing, it's not engine noise. It's just exhaust note being pumped through the speakers, so don't think that the engine is loud. I'm happy. I'm very happy with it. It can go. It really can. You know what? It does inspire confidence. Even in this rainy weather. I want one. I want to take you home in this color. Oh yeah. You know what? 272 horsepower is a lot. Okay. There's another windy road. Oh yeah. This car, the Platinum Elite, this is the top of the line. It also has adaptive dampers. So when you switch your driving modes, it changes your suspension. So with each mode, it gets aggressive. So the comfort will be the softest, and normal will be kind of sporty, but still comfortable, and sport will be the most aggressive setting as far as the suspension is concerned. Very impressed. Very, very impressed. It's fair to say that it has exceeded my expectations. So if you are in the market for a compact or mid-size luxury sports sedan, you owe it to yourself to put this on your list. You have to keep in mind that this is not a compact sports sedan like the Audi A4 or the BMW 330i or the Mercedes-Benz C300. This is a mid-size sedan, but it's priced like a compact sedan. So you're essentially getting good value for your money. It's a bigger vehicle, which makes it heavier, but then it also has more power. And if you're going to compare 0 to 60 times, I'm here to tell you, nobody buys these cars to drag race. These are meant to be nice, comfortable, luxurious cars to put a smile on your face from one stoplight to the other. For going around that ramp or going around that bend. That's the purpose of this vehicle. Without breaking your bank, without going for a high performance model, you can have fun. This is a very, very nice car. Very luxurious. This interior is top notch. To touch, to look, nice to drive, fun to drive. Everybody makes nice cars. They're all great, but this would be my choice. Well, there's a reason all these car companies exist. They have to cater to everybody's taste, right? Otherwise there won't be so many car companies out there. Everybody would be out of business if everybody liked one kind of car. And just like that, with the magic of video editing, I'm in the A-Spec. A-Spec is really a styling package. It's an appearance package. This car does not have adaptive dampers. It doesn't even have any stiffer suspension compared to the tech or the base model. So the suspension setup remains the same. And let's take it for a drive now. And I'm going to go on the same route as the Platinum Elite, so I can compare the drive and see if I can actually feel a difference. Technically, it should drive differently, but I'm not sure under what conditions can you really feel the difference. I know for a fact that if I'm just cruising down the road, I won't be able to tell the difference, because those adaptive dampers, they have to be put to their test for you to be able to tell the difference. So far, I'm just going down the road, and no, I can't tell the difference so far. I would still get it, the Platinum Elite, because it has so much more to offer. Not just the adaptive dampers, like it has the head-up display, and there's so many other things that I don't even remember right now. There's another video for it where I compared all of the different trims. I'll put a link in the description below. Oh, so the engine start-stop, which I did not defeat, which I will now. It's actually improved by a lot, because in the TLX that I had, the V6, the previous generation, you could actually tell when it shut off and it turned on. I didn't even know that the engine shut off. That's how seamless it was. And I only know that the auto start-stop system kicked in because when I heard the engine start. It's actually really impressive how seamless it is. Very smooth, actually. I thought that the C300, the auto start-stop system in the C300 was the smoothest of all the systems out there, but this one is even better. So we're stuck in stop and go traffic, so I'm just gonna activate the adaptive cruise control, the lane keep assist, because the adaptive cruise control does come with traffic jam assist now. So as you can see, I just took my hand off the wheel, and even though we're in stop and go traffic, you can see the wheel turning. So it's not waiting for the car to get out of the lane, it's keeping it centered. Okay, I'm going to cancel it, and I'm going to get on the ramp. Let's get in sport mode. I like these animations too. Okay, let's see. Oh yes, oh yes. You can see the torque vectoring super handling all-wheel drive system at work. Like, it really keeps you planted and pivots you around that bend. No slip and grip there, just pure grip. It's like you're driving on rails. Truly, I'm not exaggerating. Oh yeah. You know what? You put it in sport mode and you gun it, it goes. I do not miss my V6 at all. Not at all. Its performance is good enough for me as it's going to be for a lot of people. And handling wise so far, truthfully, I have not felt the difference between the one with the adaptive dampers and this. Rain sensing wipers, by the way. Brakes, they do the job. I think Tech and A-Spec are the two packages that Acura will be selling a lot. And like I said, if you compare feature by feature, this Platinum Elite, the top of the line, with the competition, I'm sure you'll notice that you're saving thousands and thousands of dollars, which is a great value. You're still getting a great car, a premium luxury car, and you get all those features, and you get to save money. It's like a win-win. And like I said, no, I'm not getting paid for this video. It's not sponsored. I actually like it. If you haven't already, please like, subscribe, comment, and share, and thank you for watching. Do you see this smile?